It's not just an ordinary Tuesday. Welcome to Terrier Tuesdays, the show where you can get to know some of Boston University's best and brightest student athletes.
Welcome to another edition of Terrier Tuesday. My name is Pat Waller, and I'm happy to welcome from the women's lightweight rowing team, Tamara Gelfman and Caroline Birdsall. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Tamara, let's start with you. Where are you joining us from, and who are you spending your days with?
I am joining you from beautiful city of sunny San Diego, California, and I am here with my parents and my younger brother, who is a senior in high school.
Caroline?
I'm here in Northern California with both my parents and my older brother, who actually managed to get a job during this quarantine, which I have never heard of.
Miracles never cease, right? Well, you're both joining us from California. I want to let you know that tonight's forecast in Boston is for temperatures in the mid-30s. With a slight chance of a dusting of snow, so that's what's going on here. Some things never change. But let's go back a few months. Your team was set to begin the spring rowing season in late March, just as this pandemic hit. How was the team feeling, and with the spring season approaching, what were some of your goals? Tamara, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so we were very, very excited, very ready to enter the spring season. We actually had an increase in our volume this year than we have in previous years, and we've kept the volume pretty high, actually, for a more extended period of time. And so we were all super, super excited, very ready to go into the spring season. And some of the goals that we had talked as a team in the fall was to keep all of our trophies that we had earned last year. So that includes Beanpot Championship, Eastern Sprints Championships, and Dad Bales. And then ultimately becoming IRA national champions that we all know that we are more than capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, Caroline, the BU lightweights are regularly ranked 2 and 3 in the country by U.S. Rowing Coaches Poll, and you finished as national runner-up the last 4 years. Having such a high level of success and training all off season, and then having your season canceled just as it was about to begin must have been tough to deal with. What was your experience like with that time?
I mean, like Tamara said, we had a really high increase in volume. And so when we found out when we were in Clemson, South Carolina, for our spring break training trip. And, we were training really hard up to that point, and we did a bunch of hard workouts in South Carolina. And, when the news was broken to us, we were actually on the water, all in our boats, and our coach told us together. And while it was probably, the most upsetting news I have ever heard, and something I knew that was going to be really hard for our team to deal with, I think that we were in the best environment that we could have been in at that moment. And we were able to talk about it and deal with it together. So, while it was extremely hard, I feel really lucky that we were there together to deal with it.
Tomorrow, follow up with that. What was your experience like? What are your memories of that trip to Clemson and when you heard the news?
Yeah, so spring break training trip to Clemson is something that I look forward to every spring. I think it's a moment in the year when we as a team become very, very close and very bonded. And we, like Caroline said, we were on the water and had just finished some seat racing, and it was a moment that I will never forget, and something that it reminds me to more enforcedly cherish every moment that we have on the water and every moment that we have as a team, because like what happened in Clemson, we never know when it's going to be taken away.
Right. So going forward to today, today's situation, rowing, kind of a unique sport. I don't know what access you have to the water. Tamara, we'll start with you. What are you doing for training? What is that looking like? What are you doing for the team-wise and as an individual to keep in shape?
Yeah, so my boathouse where I rowed in high school is closed, but I'm very lucky enough to have an erg at home. So I've been doing a lot of that. I also have been bike riding a lot and running a lot to try to enjoy the beautiful sunny San Diego weather. And then I've also been doing some weight training and circuits in my in the garage at home, just anything to stay in shape. Since we don't have access to the water, a lot of our technique will not be where it is when we get back to school, but that's what at school is for. That's what the coaches are for. So right now our main goal is just to stay in shape so we can come back in the best athletic possible.
Caroline, how about you?
Yeah, so I've been taking this time to cross train, and I'm a very goal oriented type of person. So, me and a couple of friends from home decided to start marathon training together, but virtually. So, we're keeping each other really accountable to our miles. And, like Tamara said, the goal for this summer and for everything that's happened is to try and stay in the best shape possible. So that way we're the team that has taken advantage of, this quarantine and comes back stronger than ever. So I think, taking this time to cross train and then, like Tamara said, erging a lot, I think, we're going to come back in great shape and kill the next season.
So the other aspect of this, not only are you training at home, but you're studying at home and taking finals at home. Tamara, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about your major and how studying at home and taking finals at home has affected you.
Yeah, so I'm in Sargent College, majoring in human physiology. So the transition to home was very different. I did not sign up to take classes online. Not something that I really particularly enjoy, but I'm very lucky that at home I have a quiet study space that I can always go to. So I found that what I had available was I was able to manage, and studying for finals was a little weird being at home. The last time I studied at home was in high school. That was 3 years ago now. So definitely an adjustment that I had to get back to doing, but I'm glad that finals are over and I'm very excited for the summer and next year.
Caroline, same question.
So, I just graduated from the College of General Studies, and we were the first class to do our capstone projects virtually, which is a really big deal for this college. And while it was really hard, I think that Zoom allowed people to, talk things through and finish our capstone project, which ended up being, 80 pages with pictures. Like it's a lot of work and a lot of teamwork. And so that really showed me, how you're able to still work with other people via the internet. And, with lectures being sometimes scheduled, sometimes not, that really kind of threw a turn in my daily routine. So I found myself having to kind of start over a little bit.
Okay. Tamara, you touched on it a little bit, but I know these are uncertain times, and assuming some of these restrictions get lifted and we're back to normal lives, what are your plans for the summer going forward and also heading into next year?
Yeah, so I right now have a scheduled internship at a small biotech company called DTX here in San Diego. I actually did a little bit of work for them last summer, so I'm super excited to hopefully, if these restrictions are lifted, that I'm able to work for them and then just staying in shape. And I'm very, very excited for my senior year at BU.
Good. Caroline?
So like a lot of other people, my internship unfortunately got canceled. It's not able to happen virtually. So I've been kind of thrown into the water figuring out what I'm going to do this summer. And I really want to kind of reach out to the community and see what I can do volunteer wise. So I think, with my summer starting today, I'm going to get on top of that and see what I can do. And like Tamara said, just keep training and working out as hard as I can.
Great. Put you on the spot here a little bit. Tamara, we'll start with you. What do you miss most about rowing, and what do you miss the least about rowing?
Yeah, so something that I miss the most about rowing is definitely being with the team. The team camaraderie of the lightweight rowing team was something that drew me to BU in the first place and made it a very easy decision for me to be a part of the BU lightweight rowing team. And so I really miss just being with my teammates. Training alone is a little bit of a struggle, so I miss them the most. And then something that I miss the least, probably the insane amount of blisters that I get on my hands from rowing. It makes daily life harder, but the blisters just show the hard work that I put in. So,
Caroline, same question.
Yeah, so, thinking about what I miss is there's no other feeling than racing and the adrenaline that you get. And after coming off of such a hard winter training, I think that we were ready to go fast. We were ready to just absolutely crush it. And, we saw a sneak peek of that at Clemson. And so I'm really going to miss racing with the girls who, deserve to get gold medals and who really worked so hard. And I wish that they were able to see the results on the water. So that's what I miss. And thinking about what I don't miss is kind of hard for me because I think that this experience has really put everything in perspective and, while initially I was like, oh, waking up early for Lyft or something like that, I don't miss that because, I feel really lucky to have had that. And I know that that's not going to happen when I graduate. And so I think it showed me really to not take everything for granted that we have, even though it may seem hard and challenging.
Yeah, this experience is silver lining is putting everything completely in perspective. And I don't think any of us will complain about going to work or school ever again. In closing, anything you'd like to say to the folks watching in Terrier Nation, shout outs, hellos, any personal messages of inspiration? Tamara, we'll start with you.
I miss all of my fellow CXXX teammates. You guys are, I know, killing it all over the country. I miss you guys so much, and I cannot wait. And I just cannot express how excited I am for the next year. It's going to be great and one to remember. Love you all.
Caroline?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see everyone again, and just, keep setting goals, keep reaching out. Please don't stop texting or calling people. It's really important that you have, our family that you can reach out to, and just know that you're not alone and that, everyone's going through this. So please just keep reaching out, keep talking, and I miss and love everyone.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for joining us here on this edition of Terrier Tuesday. We wish you the best of luck with your finals, and we hope that you and your loved ones stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to Terrier Tuesdays. Give us a follow on our social media accounts at BU Athletics on Twitter and Instagram for more content.